The massive amounts of carbon released from soils before, during and after bushfires is the untold story of climate change. Understanding what drives the release of carbon from soils is essential to driving climate models. My study was based around the Snowy Plains region of New South Wales, where we examined 3 vegetation types and the influence they had on the carbon released from soils. Soils store double the amount of carbon than is stored in the atmosphere. Therefore, any potential change in the release of carbon from soils has the potential to impact on atmospheric carbon dioxide, further driving climate change. Climate change is predicted to increase the frequency and intensity of bushfires, and this in turn could change patterns of vegetation type and distribution. Our study showed that vegetation type had a significant influence on the amount of carbon stored and the carbon released from the soils. Therefore, any change in these distributions would lead to changes in carbon cycling in the alpine region. This study provides important data to land managers about the soil carbon in sub-alpine ecosystems. This will help land managers to understand the role of fire and vegetation in soil stored carbon and the future potential release of carbon with changes in land management practices. During my PhD, I focused on sub-alpine ecosystems. In the future, I would like to expand this to other fire-prone areas in Australia and examine the influence of fire on soil microbes, soil stored carbon and the further release of CO2 after fire.